Hey, Edward Torpy here. Going to talk a bit about one of the tools of my trade, and that is the multimeter. So multimeters used quite a lot in, if you're an electronics technician or electrician. Now, I'll show you a bit about it. So, three main functions that it does is measure voltage, it measures resistance, and it measures current. So I'll go through a bit of each of them. I've got a power source here. That's my power source there. A couple resistors, so two 1 kilo ohm resistors, and of course a multimeter. So as I said, one of the things you can do with this is measure resistance. Now with the more modern multimeters, they're auto ranging, so you set it to you got the little ohms sign there. So I'll just bring this up and see that a bit better. So that's the ohm sign there for resistance. Now this is actually just a really cheap multimeter. It cost me $10, but you can get them ranging from anything from around $10 up to hundreds of dollars for much better ones. For most of what I do, this one's alright. So we'll measure one of the resistors. So it doesn't matter too much how much you do it. So resistors doesn't matter whether you use red or black on which terminal. So you can see that one is let it just get up there. That's so it's 0.984, which is almost one kilo ohm. So or 984 ohms if you want to be exact. So two of them in series, that's going to add up to 2 kilo ohms. Okay, so you can see that's 1.97. So that's how you measure resistance. Now we'll turn it over to voltage. Now I've set up my power supply to 10 volts. So I'll just clip that one on there, and I'll clip that one on there. And I can just see if I actually put it around the wrong way. So this is actually the positive one. Sorry, this one is the positive one. Usually I'd use different colors so I know which ones I'm using, but I only have a yellow at the moment. So as you can see, it said -10 earlier, just because it's around the wrong way. So we got 10 volts across from here to here. So at the moment, this is what the circuit looks like. So you got, yep, my drawing is crap. That's a 1 kilo ohm resistor in series with another 1 kilo ohm resistor. This is why I'm an electronics technician and not a calligraphy artist. So we've got the power source here. So now if we connect the resistors, so I'll put that one there. Put that one there. And that's joined up like that. 10 volts there. So if we were to, there's still going to be 10 volts from this point to across this point. So one of the ways of looking at voltage is it's sort of like if you look at a water system, sort of like water pressure. There's actually a good illustration online about it. With the it's got three men. It's got the voltage that's pushing a guy through the tube. It's got another guy. It's going to take way too long to explain that. I'll just post a link in the description. Okay, so we'll look at this again. We got 10 volts across for two resistors. So voltage is always from one point compared to another. Now, voltage from between here, because these are equal, it should be half. So it should be 5 volts across each resistor. So you got 5 volts there, and again, it doesn't matter too much which way you do it. If you just get these round the wrong way, I'll just have minus. So if we have the round one up the top, okay. So that's how you measure voltage and how you measure resistance with a multimeter. Now with measuring current, that's a little bit different because you measure current as it goes through components. So now first thing, there's different on this multimeter. Let's see if I can focus that. Okay, so you got this one is microamps, milliamps, and amps. Now we're not going to be using anything big enough for amps. If you get an amp or more than 1 amp, you're using quite a lot of current for most of the stuff that I'm using anyway. So we'll set that to milliamps. The other thing with these, quite often, is you'll have to move this the black one if you want to measure bigger amperage. So we'll just leave it on this one. Now, like I said, it has to be measured current. Amps is the unit. It has to be measured through components. So now there's a bit of one of the confusing subjects is which way current flows. So you got conventional current, which flows from the positive to a negative, or you've got the electron flow, which they flow from negative to positive. So I've actually been doing this for years and I still get confused by it a little bit sometimes. So what I'm going to do is connect the black one. So we make a break in the circuit, and now we'll complete the circuit again. So it's going through the 2 resistors, and here we've made a break, and it's now going through the multimeter. And as you can see, it's got 5 milliamps going through. So you could easily use Ohm's law to work that out. But it should be 5 milliamps. But I think that's enough for now. So that has been a quick show of how to use a multimeter to measure voltage, to measure resistance, and to measure current. So that is all for now, and I will talk to you later.